Hello fellow mythological creatures, failed writer extraordinaire here. Today I'm going to be trying to do an outlandish task, trying to fix the Star Wars universe. And to do that, we may as well start with the most controversial of all of the films, the Disney ones. Okay, with this being a new series on my channel, hopefully there's more to come, I am going to, change 5 parts of the story to try to make it into a good movie, and to make these movies feel like, you know, a Star Wars movie instead of a Disney orgy. Anyway, let's get into this. Now, the first thing I am going to change is something that I think a lot of people will probably agree with. In fact, a lot of people will probably agree with a lot of this shit. Rey loses to Kylo Ren. Yep, in The Force Awakens, Rey loses to Kylo Ren. Now, some of you may be thinking, and I haven't exactly gone back and rewatched it for this, so take this with a grain of salt. Rey doesn't really win against Kylo Ren. Because in the actual movie, from memory, he doesn't lose, but he doesn't win. It's more like a stalemate, and he's injured, which makes it more convincing. But imagine this. Imagine for the story that Rey is fighting against Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren has been injured by the Wookiee blaster, which we have seen blast people away. He is being tired from battle with Finn, and yet he can still go to Rey, someone who can use the Force, at least a little bit, and knows how to use a weapon like, you know, the bow staff, and use it well, so you'd be able to at least believe somewhat that she might be able to use a lightsaber, at least to a good enough degree to take him on while he's tired and injured. And he still wipes the floor with her, utterly annihilating her, swinging the lightsaber left and right, just beating her down. And she doesn't make this breathe in technique and take him down. No, she loses, and the only reason she escapes is because of Chewie and the Millennium Falcon. It would make him a fierce villain instead of just kind of like an afterthought that gets redeemed. Because he's a main character, yet his storyline has him as a side villain. He kills off the main villain in the second one, and yet he becomes a side villain again to Palpatine. And he's a side villain in this for Snoke. He's a pawn. It would make him actually fierce, and it would definitely improve the rest of the movies. Now, for the second one, I want there to be a reoccurring thing, not throughout this movie, but throughout the trilogy, Finn versus Captain Phasma. Because Phasma was kind of built up, if you remember, as like a big villain in the first 2 movies, and it seemed like she was going to have a big part, especially in the second one. And she was kind of just thrown away for like a battle with Finn, as if he was like tossing away all his clone stuff, his fear of like all the clone shit, because that's what she represented. She was like the fear of, his fear of the clones and stuff coming back to haunt him, like it keeps attacking you. And that's what they should have done. They should have had her as a staple. If you remember in the first fight where the clones actually come back, well, the clones, aka the rebels, come, and because the clones are coming to take Rey or some shit, I don't know. I didn't watch the movies. No, but he fights a random clone who has like this Phasma thing, and I believe he uses a lightsaber. I believe, he might not. It doesn't matter that much. And he loses to him, and then he gets saved. I think by Chewie, but maybe by a X-Wing? Again, doesn't matter that much, okay? But imagine you replace that guy with Captain Phasma. He is facing his fear of Captain Phasma, of the clones, in the first movie. And he loses. He gets beaten. So then in the next movie, it's almost like, I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of a rivalry, right? The rivalry. She is what he fears. He fights his fears in both movies, but only in the second one. Or hell, you could even drag it out to the third one. Does he actually beat his fear of the clones? I don't know. I feel like that would make for a better story for Finn himself. But anyway, third one, pretty obvious. Poe Dameron's with the team. I mean, he's treated like a main character for the third and second, but he's kind of just tossed away. Like, he's an afterthought. Like, in the second one, he has a pretty big story, I guess. Kinda. His story's a bit weird. He should have gone his whatever. But in the third one, he's tossed aside completely. Like, he doesn't matter that much. Like, you learn a bit about him, but like overall, he's just a nothing character. It's the same with Finn. But I accidentally stopped my recording. You can tell I'm a noob at this shit. Anyway, where was I? But if he was with the team from the start, if he was at, like, you know, that place where they're supposed to get picked up and Finn tries to run away for the first time, and maybe he goes over to Finn like, hey dude, what are you trying to do? Like, you could treat him as like the glue trying to hold the team together throughout the whole thing. Like, but that could also be like maybe a problem with it. I don't know. It would add more depth to his character to just have him there from the start instead of just having him disappear. He just poof, vanishes, gone forever. It doesn't make much sense, and it would also allow us to see the chemistry of our trio build up from day one to the end game. Avengers Endgame. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, like, you would think it would be a no-brainer, but it wasn't. It just, well, of course, apparently it fucking wasn't. You know, it's just weird. Now, number 4, the Knights of Ren. Are they even in this fucking movie? I don't actually know. I'm gonna rewatch the whole movie after this to get clips. And if I can find a clip of the Knights of Ren, it will go here. Nothing? Yeah, it's because they're not fucking in it. Give them something to do. They should be in this film. They're supposed to be like a big, like Kylo Ren's mini villains or whatever. Like, you know, his subordinates. Maybe you could have had him like, because, you know, they has like the people around in the chairs, like the bigwigs. Maybe the Knights of Ren could have killed them all off, and then the Knights of Ren become the council or whatever the fuck it was. I'll have the scene fucking here of those people. Yeah, the Ren's just fucking, like, make them this, add them into the movie, make them do anything. But they don't. They're just not here. What the fuck was the point in adding them? They're not here in the first one. In the second one, they're not there. And in the third one, they're just there to fight Kylo Ren. Like, okay, so the Knight of Ren's annoying. But now, for number 5, something that everyone will probably agree with. Another fucking Death Star clone? Really? Another... No. Sorry, not a Death Star. It's not a Death Star. It's a Star Killer. Star Killer base. Do you think we're fucking dumb? Do you think that we're so dumb that we will just constantly eat up and love any Star Wars Death Star similarity? All the Kyber crystals are gone from the Death Star going bluey. But now we have a Star Killer base. Yes. It all makes perfect sense. Yes. Mickey, you make great ideas. Uh-huh. Like, what was that thought process? Wait, Mickey. What the fuck do you want? Uh-huh. I got this idea, right? So you want us to remake Star Wars, right? Yes. Well, what if we did another Death Star, right? Yes. Yeah, that's it. But that ruined continuity. Well, the kyber crystal's gone. Well, you see, what if we just didn't address it? Yes. Like, what? I don't understand. I just don't understand what the fuck they were doing. It's so irritating. I don't get what the point of making another Death Star was, when the whole point of the other two movies was to try to find Death Star, and that there would be no more kyber crystals. I don't like. Didn't they make synthetic kyber crystals or something that makes find a similar fucking ore that does the same thing as fucking kyber crystals? No. What the fuck? Like, just like, here's what they should have done. Fine, you want a Death Star thing? Fine. Make it a rumor. Not a fact, a rumor. It sets unease in the rebellion, whether they truly have a Star Killer base, aka another Death Star, in their possession. The rebellion's like, can we stand up to another Death Star? I don't know if we can. I don't think we can. And yet, obviously, someone would be there like, no, we can do this. We did it before, we can do it again. But it's not real. It's like this. It's air. It's thin. Well, I mean, there's no air in space, but like, you get the idea. It doesn't exist. And then I have an idea. Why don't you make the First Order the big protagonist? Antagonist. Instead of the Death Star remake. I'm just saying. Because it would also help with the rise of Kylo and his knights if the First Order was not a huge organization, but was slowly getting to a huge organization. And then there's also the thing like where they destroy the planets and they destroy the thing, Princess Leia's home planet, right? Princess Organa, whatever it is. Well, have the First Order rule the planet. Have Kylo Ren kill off Princess Leia's family. Instead, the parents, you see them rule over it with an iron fist, making them scary, making them fierce, making them almost like a big, bad antagonist like they were supposed to be, instead of a goofy fucking idiot who just had another Death Star when it's not even possible. Do you see why people don't like these movies? It's because they don't follow continuity. They just don't do good shit with the story. They add shit, they forget about shit, and they don't care about their characters, past, present, or future. Okay, Mickey Mouse can go fuck himself. You didn't ruin Star Wars, but like, you sure as hell made it a pain in the ass for any movie to come after it. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my rants. That's all this kind of really was. And if you don't agree with these, I would like to hear your opinions. Why? And I would also like to hear what you think would have made the first movie, The Force Awakens, actually a better Star Wars movie. If you don't know, why not? Dumbass. If you agree with this, also let me know by giving this video a like. Maybe not subscribe yet, because you might want to see if I do more than just one of these, okay? Save the subscribe for if I do a second one and you agree with it, because The Last Jedi is going to be oh boy, that's going to be a big one that I'm going to that will be covered next. And I do intend to do stuff like video games, like I think doing The Last of Us will be fun, even if I can't make it better. And then doing The Last of Us Part 2, where I can make it infinitely better. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.